So if you're going to start a new activity, join a society, then why not try rowing it? It's the biggest society in Darwin College.
I encourage all Darwin students to row for the boat club.
It doesn't matter who you are, whether you've done rowing before, whether you've done any other sport before, we want you to join and be part of the club.
I think the best part about rowing is it makes you feel quite powerful when you're with a crew that you've been training with for a while.
It's one of those activities that changes you forever.
You're part of a larger thing, of a larger entity.
If you ever talk to anybody who's rowed, even if they've rowed for a week or a month or 20 years, they will always describe themselves as a rower. I like being on the water. I love being outside. There's just something about it. It's calming. It brings sort of a perspective to my day.
It's really fun.
Yeah, how much fun is it?
Super totes amazing.
I do like the early mornings because you can get your workout done and then you're in work at 9 o'clock and you feel like you've already achieved something, so that's decent.
If you bump, it feels good.
What you put in is exactly what you get out. For every hour you put in, you'll find amazing joy.
It's all about being part of a team.
The team spirit that's involved in rowing. It's amazing when you're rowing, and especially when you're competing and you know that there's 8 other people in that boat that are doing just as much as you are and are giving their all, and you're all basically fused together to achieve the same goal, and it's great.
It's about the guys in the boat with you, 100%.
And the best thing is the social aspects and just being in a team and being in a tight-knit group. Coxes, we need coxes, and it doesn't matter who you are, like, we just need people to shout at us because we get very lonely and sad on the river if we don't have someone shouting at us. So we need like some confident people to come and learn how to cox. It's really important to us. So please come and cox for DCBC.
Love it. I love shouting at people and being in control and making people cry, which happens a lot.
So to the cox, most important person in the boat by far.
Coxswains are like the brain. It's the coxswain who actually sees everything. It's the coxswain who sees where the other boats are. It's the coxswain who sees what the river is doing. It's the coxswain who makes all the decisions, decides when to move, when to do these things. So the coxswain is really the central nervous system of the boat.
And as you train together, you grow as a team.
What you put into it is what you get out of it. So the more time you're willing to spend training, the faster you'll be on the water.
To get your fitness up, usually we do land trainings, which are done on the ergs. So an erg is a rowing machine, basically stationary one indoors, and where you go through the same rowing movements.
The sense of motivation that you develop as you go up to bumps, and you can really feel that sort of tension in the boat.
If you want to row in one of the lower teams, you can just come and row and do the kind of minimal exercise. But if you want to row in one of the first teams, then we're going to be doing circuits every week. We're going to be doing at least 2 ergs every week, at least 3 outings every week. We're going to encourage you to do weights as well. So like, if you want to get really fit, then this is probably the best thing that you can do in Darwin College.
Very quickly in DCBC you see that things become more serious. You do certain races, you become more and more involved in the club, and lead bumps are coming up.
What's it like to be in a race?
There's nothing quite like racing.
Hell. So first, you're very nervous, right? You kind of feel like jumping out of the boat, so you don't have to do it. But then, you start, and, you just remember all the trainings you've done, you stick to what the cox is saying, basically forget about everything except what you have to do in that race. And, you give it your all, you give it your best, and when it's over, you're just, extremely happy. In the sense that you know that you and your entire crew did this one thing and, achieved the result that you have achieved.
When I race, I feel alive, and there are very few things that make me feel quite as amazing as racing or winning a race.
It's okay, I suppose I think about dinner normally, like I'm going to eat. and then it races, and oh shit, you're like, yeah, it's going to hurt in 5, 4, 3, and then it starts to hurt. You just have to distract yourself from the pain.
That's a terrible
But the nice thing is that when the races are done, you get beer. For some of the town races, they have beer and like burgers, and that's good. As long as there's no food poisoning.
I think the major events are definitely Lent bumps and May bumps, and that's really all that matters. So forget about the rest.
The bumps are the major races in Cambridge. This is basically what we train for. May bumps is the biggest event of the year. Lent bumps are sort of preparation stage for the May bumps. So these races are races along the Cam, between all the colleges, where, because we can't race next to each other because of the constrictions of the river, we race in front of each other. And the point of these races is to catch the boat or bump the boat in front of you.
As the countdown goes down, it's just shit your pants. The tensest moment of the entire tournament.
We're gonna fire the cannons, and then you have to run somebody down before someone else runs you down. It's very Mad Max.
It's a bit of a mayhem. That's really what you're waiting for, because then you can just row, and you know what you're doing, because once you row, because you practice so much, it's just, you know what you're doing.
I really want to ram my boat into someone else.
Bump the shit out of everyone in Lents and Mays, and that's what it's all about.
Besides rowing, we're a very fun bunch. We like our little bar sessions and our little, get-together sessions. We do a lot of crew chews, which is basically dinner at someone's place where there's 20 of us. We, go to bars very often together. We do a lot of events outside of rowing together, and it's just a fun thing to do. You organize swaps with other colleges, their rowing teams. If you join rowing, you become a member of more than just a club. You become a member of a bunch of friends and kind of a family as well, and it's incredible. It'll definitely make your experience at Cambridge way better than it would have been without it. You'll pick it up in no time.
When I started rowing, there was just a sense of, brotherhood in that crew that made me surpass the challenges of the cold weather.
You sound like fucking douchebag.
That's exactly what we want!
Okay, I should be a bit less of a dick.
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood. Actually, maybe we should say that in camera. Brotherhood.
Yeah,
Maybe you can
good,
cut that in.
good. Just say again.
Brotherhood. This is gonna be fucking horrible.
No.
Don't include any of this.
No.
Start with
Brotherhood.
Hey, Megan, can you repeat my question?
What does DCBC mean to me? Brotherhood. Sisterhood. Oh God, this is gonna haunt me. If I ever become famous for some weird reason, this is gonna be on. No.
This is gold. This is gold.
On the spot.
We're also multicultural in DCBC. We take any nationality. Like
everyone
Eamon,
is-
for example. Welcome, American.
My role on the boat is, I think, I'm the German, and
that is so unique in DCBC.
yeah, I'm one of the Germans, and in the boat
We have so many Germans in DCBC. We need people from other nationalities too, so that I won't be the only person from the UK in the boat. And we need our token Americans because they're typically so much bigger than everyone else. Oh shit. You will never get a feeling like the feeling of bumping a boat made bumps. It's just like it.
Yeah, singing.
Singing's great, and I love boats and hoes.